Hello and welcome back to Bulletin, your morning market catch up only on Mintr. Allow me, your host Shashwat, to bring to you today's episode. Let's take a look at how the US and the Indian markets are doing. The Nasdaq was up with a 0.3% gain, while the S&P 500 inched up 0.1%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell for the second day in a row and closed 0.2% lower. The Nifty opened with an almost 60-point gap up at 2128 and stands at 2142 as of 10 a.m. Moving on to the business news, we have positive news coming in from the Indian auto component industry. As per media sources, the Minister of Commerce and Industry, Piyush Goyal, has indicated that Tesla will increase its sourcing of automobile components from India from $1 billion in current year 22 to $1.7 to $1.9 billion in current year 23. Some of the auto ancillary companies which could benefit from this greater sourcing would be Sansera Engineering, Sona BLW Precision Forgings, Sundaram Fasteners, Suprajit Engineering, and Varroc Engineering. Some more news from the Indian passenger vehicle industry. As per media sources, the Minister of Road Transport and Highways, Nitin Gadkari, has indicated that 6 airbags will not be made mandatory in domestic passenger vehicles, the rule which was supposed to be implemented from October 2023. This is amidst some of the large OEMs concerned about the cost implications for their customers. This is marginally positive for entry-level passenger car segment players like Maruti Suzuki, which are witnessing demand headwinds in this space due to commodity and regulatory-led substantial hike in vehicle prices. Though most of the manufacturers domestically were offering 6 airbags in top variants and some as standard feature, we believe such safety features will ultimately be incorporated by domestic OEMs sooner than later. On this ancillary front, Uno Minda was expanding in this domain, with its new capacity expected to be commissioned by March 2024, and will largely witness steady demand prospects amid rise in premiumization trend, that is, customers preferring more safety loaded vehicles. Next up, KEC International Limited has secured an order of 1,145 crores in its transmission and distribution business for design, supply, and installation of 380 kilowatt overhead transmission line in Saudi Arabia. KEC's year-to-date order intake has a robust growth of 30% year-on-year. Finally, let us fill you in on some important economic news from the US. Inflation in the US increased by the most in 14 months in August due to surge in energy costs. Index for gasoline was the largest contributor on a monthly basis, accounting for over half the increase, with the index for shelter also contributing. Shelter prices account for over 70% of the total increase of all items, less food and energy, rising 7.3% from the year earlier. The dollar is likely to continue with its weakness in the coming days as underlying pace of inflation eased, and cooling labor market could strengthen the bets that the Federal Reserve is done with the rate hikes and will hit a pause button from the upcoming meeting. The recent batch of economic data signals that economy is feeling the heat of the aggressive rate hikes, giving more incentive to central banks to put a brake on the monetary tightening. Recent figures of CPI signals that price pressures are not worsening. Rising unemployment might worry consumers and reduce spending. The US dollar index is facing a strong hurdle near the 105.5 levels. As long as it sustains below these levels, it may slip further till 102.5 levels. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for tuning into Bulletin. We'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time.
Investments in security markets are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.